the only way they're going to get anyone moving over to their platform is literally by offering the 95-5 split, which is definitely going to entice some people to move over. Because I saw a tweet from someone who we're kind of familiar with. Some of you guys might know her. A streamer called Crunk Muffin.
Yeah.
And did you see this?
I have, and I was actually going to say, yeah, Crunk Muffin was a streamer. She's streaming now. She had like a period of time off. I'm not sure how much. But she was somebody that you guys may have watched during like the H1Z1 time. She was really popping off
Friends
then.
with Julia.
Friends with Julia. Yeah, she's really, she's like been around for a long time now. And I actually felt really bad for her, and it is a serious issue right now in the like streaming space.
So,
which is...
And
I was waiting for you to change the scene.
Oh, sorry.
Which is that basically she's saying, I guess she may be having trouble financially because she's saying that the 50-50 Twitch split with subs is really like causing her to struggle in content creation.
Yeah.
And I do completely agree.
So she says, I want to upgrade the content with editors, but I can't afford any when Twitch takes half my sub money every month. I'm making $20,000 a year when the people are paying me $40,000 a year to be a streamer. Shit's fucked up. So then on her stream, she says,
dude, like, how about Twitch just, like...
Sorry.
Doesn't take half the money you guys give me? Am I being unreasonable? Like, 1 in the chat if you genuinely think I'm being unreasonable. 2 in the chat if you think this is a fair argument. Like, why you because here's the thing, guys. Like, and I'm sorry you have to hear this. I'm sorry I even have to have this conversation on my channel because you guys shouldn't have to hear this. You pay me enough. You pay me more than enough to be here. Like, more than enough. It's not you guys. Like, it's literally not you. And yet here I am, I have to tell you. Like, how I'm getting, like, fucking half my money taken by Twitch. It's literally not you guys. Like, you guys literally do enough. That's what fucking sucks, man. It's like...
So...
Well, one, I just want to say, I've seen a couple of people in chat saying, like, oh, they should go back to 70-30. It was never 70-30. What Twitch have done is removed... So, if you were streaming back in the day and you got enough subs, and this was before sub gifting, if you could get enough subs... you could kind of approach Twitch, or like if you just knew the right person, but you could like approach Twitch and say, hey guys, I'm doing pretty well. Do you think I could get boosted up to like the better sub split? And you could get put on a 70-30 sub split for all your subscriptions. Now, the way that it works on Twitch now is that is not ever possible again. And what they've actually done is for everybody who I think has more than 2,300 subs per month, all the subs after that then go down to 50-50. So if you're a really big streamer and you're averaging, say, 3k subs, like your last 1k subs you're being paid out as at 50-50.
Yeah, kind of. Like basically it's $100,000, right, chat? So like right now it's on Twitch, if you have 70-30, you're grandfathered in at 70-30. But once you hit $100,000, like total earned from subscriptions alone, then your cut goes down. So you can kind of say like Emily said, it's kind of like the first 2,300, I think, subscriptions.
I mean, it is that basically.
Yeah.
But that's the way that it works out is if you are on less than 2,000 subs and you're on the 70-30 sub split, you probably won't notice anything because it won't be different. But it was never that everyone was on 70-30. Most people have never been on 70-30. Even most Twitch partners were never on 70-30. Crunk Muffin is an old school enough streamer that she could hypothetically have been on 70-30.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I do feel bad. I feel bad for everyone who's stuck on 50-50. We honestly, at the point you're earning $100,000 in Twitch subscription money in the first place, I can stomach going back down to 50-50. Do you know what I mean? After the first 100k, wouldn't it be lovely to have 100k in sub revenue even in 1 year? You know what I mean? Let alone hitting that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, she's saying she gets like 40k in donation revenue, and she sees 20k of that. And hey, the weights. So yeah, I personally think that
hey, weights.
What would have been a more realistic thing to do was to put everyone on 70-30 up until that $100,000 or like 2,500 sub point per month cutoff, and then say, right, over that we're going to charge you guys more. Yeah, the Woogly
Gifting
just
us up
gifting
to
us
the
up to the weights. Welcome to Mug Life. Welcome to the way of the Dragonflex.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
I think everyone should be on 70-30.
Yes.
The Apple iStore is on 70/30. The Google Play Store is on 70/30. Steam is on 70/30 with game developers. And you best believe that Steam is using as much bandwidth as Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, games are big. And so, I don't know. Part of me is I obviously want the best for Twitch as well. I don't know the reasoning behind this. I don't know if it's just pure profit. I have no idea. But it does feel a little... Especially...
it's always profit, essentially. Like,
no, of course.
Whether or not... like how much Twitch costs to run and all that kind of stuff, you always make those decisions with the intention of making more money, and they want to make more money. But yeah, I do think that at the end of the day, when live streaming exists in the space that it does, where it takes up, you can't usually do an incredibly short stream. Like, I saw a thread last week where everyone was talking about how long do you think a full-length stream is, and loads of streamers were saying, 8 hours, because that's a work day. And I'm like, okay, there is so much you have to do behind the scenes to get ready for your stream, in terms of like getting access to game keys, deciding what you're going to talk about, setting up all your scenes, setting up all your stuff. Like, there is so much, but people were saying, 8 hours is a normal length stream. And I'm being honest with you, when I hit 5 hours, my voice starts to go.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Streamers do not prioritize their health, and everyone's having heart attacks. But the issue is, hello Flo, is, in my opinion at least, that you are in a position where you're expected to do workday like hours in terms of prep and then streaming.
Yeah.
And then you're expected to turn around and somehow do that in a way that like allows you to make enough money to survive to do that, and also create content on other platforms. I mean, it's capitalism's eating us all alive. We're all like, if I'm doing less than 8 hours live streaming,
8 hours is a work day, but you need to include all the stuff. But and like the Weekly says, 8 hours includes a lunch break too, usually. So it's people. It's just a whole grind attitude, like grind until
no one does broadcasting for 8 hours straight. It's insane. Like, the idea that you're sitting there every day for 8 hours, like talking to people, like fully engaged. There is no like passive downtime in live streaming. You're always doing stuff.
And also, the numbers speak for themselves. If you're not a big streamer, if you're not like 1,000+ viewer streamer, you're actually hurting your stream by doing longer hours and not doing stuff outside of Twitch to bring in a bigger audience, right? The numbers, Devin Nash, Zach Bussey, all these guys, they've all done the numbers, and crap, but that's such a cute emote. They've all done the numbers, and they've said that, you should spend at least 2 hours, stream 6 hours, and then do an hour and a half, 2 hours of basically like YouTube editing, clip making.
I'm going to be honest as well, jumping from one job to the other is not super easy to do either. Like, no one wants to say it, but if I stop the stream and I'm like, right, I've done a 4-hour stream, that was really good, now I want to go edit it. I need to take a break between those two things. My brain cannot go from live streaming mode to video editing mode to thumbnail making mode to TikTok scripting mode to, like, these are all different types of job. You know what I mean? And it's really silly.
Too off used to do 8 hours a day, every day. It fried his voice and gave him bad back in the neck. Dude, Two Off hasn't streamed in 5 months. And then he streamed for like 2 months and took a bunch of months off as well. I don't blame him. I'm not saying he did anything wrong. But at the exact same time, I do feel...
even somebody with like the best work ethic and who's otherwise healthy and all of these things, frying your voice is such a thing.
Yeah.
There's a reason that I'm always like, do you want a drink? Do you want a drink to Fred? And vice versa. Is because if you don't keep hydrated, like, our job is to talk for like an entire work day, and I definitely think that in terms of like what live streaming actually is compared to other types of content creation, the idea of a 50-50 split with subs is a mess. And I will say as well,
50-50 is trash.
That like the scene as it is already, it is harder to make money because there's less discoverability on Twitch, because
there's no algorithms.
The cost of living has increased so much.
Yeah.
And I do feel really bad for her. And, we obviously, I've always said our income is our problem, right? Like 100%, you don't need to worry about that, right? But that being said, it is still a case that like people have to pay their bills.
Yeah.
And like Twitch, we always have a certain amount of sub revenue, and that goes up and down. And like that's down right now because obviously the cost of living crisis in the UK,
Yeah,
right? A lot of
100%.
our viewers are British. They don't have the spare money they had.
Sub gifting has gone down.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
to be expected.
I literally do not blame a single person. Like when you guys gift subs,
Mm-hmm.
my God, look at that founder badge kissing.
Yeah.
When people gift subs, when people do all this sort of stuff, I really appreciate gift bits. But I'm not gonna lie, like since the last like 4 months, sub gifting and bit giving has like
Yeah. And like at the end of the day, as I said, it's a cost of living crisis.
Cheers!
Yes, that's incredibly kind of you. Lucky
Oshima,
Harold,
Oshima.
Max Mark, Safe Mark, Mama Misato, and Jaggis. Welcome to the Mug Life. Welcome to the way of the Dragonflix.
Jazz, thank you, dude.
But yeah. Oh, chat, that's another game giveaway, by the
Hey,
way. If you'd
double
like to
game
win a
giveaway.
game, type out exclamation mark Ken to make sure you're following.
Kissin'.
Thank you for the resub.
How many months is that?
I don't even know.
117.
God damn!
Ooh.
Kissin', mate. We're actually starting to plan for a big celebration of 10 years of being a Twitch partner.
10 years of having a sub button.
So, you know, yay. Be
That's
there.
mad,
so you
dude.
can share it and flex
3
on everyone.
months, chat. So what's that? We're in February, March, April, May. Wasn't it May the 4th? Did we work it out? You were like, May the 1st. It's a Star Wars day.
No, I said
May the 1st be with you.
No, it was...
Was
May
it not that?
May the 4th. Which one? Shit.
I'm pretty sure you said May the 1st be with you or something like that. Back in the day. It was really funny.
May the 1st was the Family rebrand,
Oh,
right?
was it?
And
Okay,
I said
okay.
May the 1st be with you rather than May the 4th be with you because I'm dumb. Also, I want to read this out because it's the craziest name I've seen thus far on Twitch and also the longest. Thank you for the follow, my beautiful Arab woman eyes. That's the entire name.